Well, where did the streamer go? Here did the streamer go. Actually, I would have really liked to do this while I'm not there yet. But I had to get a glass first. Okay, there we go. Because if there's one tradition I want to keep on stream, it is drinking on the job. So, since I'm opening my first glass or my first bottle of wine, at all this week.
As an old saying has it, if a man is destined to drown, he will drown even in a spoonful of water. And in the end, the tragedy of our entire existence comes down to a slow drowning into inevitability. And when our lungs are full, we always depart in the same way, with a broken dream and an empty spoon.
Sparkly.
Empty, just like our souls. My name is Mordred Foley, and what I'm about to tell is one of those stories that will keep you awake.
See, now I had to go again, because this one, I mean, I don't think I dislike it. It is sparkly, very sparkly, and very, very sweet. There is a ton of sugar in this. Well, rest sugar, basically. But yeah, this summer dream wine, definitely, like, you wanna drink that one cold. I even, since I left it outside, it's probably even a little bit too warm already. But yeah, like, you wanna drink that one cold. So I had to put it in the fridge now. Okay. Anyway, so this is then probably the last of Dry Drowning. At least I think we are on the last case. So, chapter 3 in the apartment, yes. And like I said, I wanna use the upper one because this will just save over the save file again on the next autosave. So basically that is why I have two of them at all times. Now, just because if I want to go back on some of the stuff that I have on some of the decisions, like in the last one, to see if something would change if I would make different decisions. Jennifer Kingston, one of the main suspects, whose parents... So you weren't there yesterday. Do I have to give you an update? Because it's complicated. It's basically, we can now access like the past case. And that is basically where we are with Jennifer Kingston and Robert Harrington. Those two that we put on the electric chair. Because we faked evidence. Because we were absolutely sure that they were Pandora. So yeah. The island waiting room. Let's go. And yeah, there's the new case that we are on right now. We think that it is Pandora, and oh hey Freya, just as I thought. You're drawn to trouble like moths to a flame. Well, Pandora wrote us that they would. I wonder if Freya knows Leon. Anyways, and yeah, basically the new case is reflecting the old case from back then. So Pandora wants to end it. Now, I'm not quite sure why they are reflecting. But you show up wherever Pandora makes an appearance. Unbelievable. Freya, how are you? Are you in charge of the case? I have been better. The story of Hephaestus Tech is a complete mess, and it's killing me. And yes, they assigned me here, but I also needed to speak to you quite urgently. Really? You're not warming to us, are you? I'd rather... Don't forget that she's a boy. Well, that she was a boy. I have no idea what she is now. I mean, it's the future, could be anything. But you know what? I absolutely feel that beauty mark there, that was a dead giveaway. So, don't poke too hard, or poke as hard as you like. I'd rather work my entire life in the archive than spend another day with you. Such a sweetheart. How can you keep bickering in a situation like this, and after all we have been through? Right, enough with the jokes and small talk. We have to discuss serious matters, which are possibly connected to the murder. You mean you're going to help us investigate? What do you take me for, sir? I'm a police officer. I don't work with private detectives. Great, time to strengthen our relationship with the armed wing of the police. Snakes in the grass, I don't know what that means. I'd prefer not to remember, but it's time for you to know the truth. What are you talking about? The glove that you found at Treasury Park. Oh, snakes in the grass. Huh. Although your colleague screwed me over and reported me for withholding evidence, I appreciated his honesty. Also, the situation drastically changed after you saved me, so I think there's no longer a point in fighting each other. I think you should know the real problem with that piece of evidence. Is that glove that important? It is. It took me months, but I finally realized how things went down. It was omitted from the report because someone in the police made it disappear in order to frame Baker. Then it suddenly reappeared, just when you showed up. Kind of weird, isn't it? Huh. What about the police? Did they notice anything? I suspect the whole Treasury Park thing is a farce. Orchestrated by someone, and as far as I know, it could be your friend, the lawyer. Could it be... Wait. The whole Treasury Park thing. Wait, wasn't that Pandora? So, you think that Pandora works with my friend, David? Who I just don't have in here for some reason. Could it be part of the plan he was talking about? Is David pulling the strings to lead us where he wants? How do you get that from there? What can you please explain to me why you would... He could have done it to help his client, but why ask us then? I still don't know why, but I'm sure he did it. He did all he could to turn you against me. This is why I would warn against having any contact with him, at least until I learn something more about him. Fine, we'll be careful. She has a point, but there's another possibility. Maybe Freya's the one who is turning us against David because she's afraid of getting too involved. Maybe she hid the glove and now she's afraid of being exposed and losing her credibility. Or are they both hiding something? I need to figure out where the truth lies. I mean, you can literally see the masks on people's faces, so wouldn't you just... How much do you know about the Black Bands after Baker's death? We only know what the media reported. We hear they elected a new leader, and they are keen on finding the killer. Excluding the raids at the beginning, they are keeping a low profile, and the situation looks stable now. We found out that some political dissidents and opponents of the government have been imprisoned here, but that's it. Wouldn't you be like, oh my god? I guess the police just has nothing. The police is just, stepping around in the dark, I guess. Probably, their goal was to create a public enemy, a scapegoat, to increase their influence and obtain public consensus. Actually, things are much worse than what they want you to believe. What do you mean? Those raids are still going on, and there are rumors about executions as well. Executions, you say? Why on earth would they do that? Some say they were prisoners sentenced to death who broke out a few years ago. But they are opponents of the government, most likely. When they realized the situation was about to get out of control, they decided to lock them up. After all, they can't afford to kill well-known personalities and public figures. That would be too much, even for them. Either way, the situation is extremely unstable at the moment. They weren't joking when they said Baker was the moderate one among them, and now we can see why. See, I chose the smaller evil when I supported Baker. I knew that. A man who can love. He had the capability for it. I knew he couldn't be all that bad. Well, I mean, he's just fucking a younger girl, so I don't know if that's really love, but still. Yeah, he had a good heart in his ballsack. Would they be so foolish as to choose a leader able to commit such violent acts just a few months after his appointment? Here's a picture of our future president, so you can find the answer yourself. Roland Loveless, young heir to one of the wealthiest families, known for racism, extortion, beatings, and other violent episodes. Despite that, he is loved by a large part of the population thanks to his good looks, his silver tongue, and the best marketing agency in the world. You just need to make people believe that all the incidents of the past were conspiracies orchestrated by the opposition, the public enemy, and suddenly cruelty turns to a point of pride. Yeah, that works. Before you ask, his Aquos profile is off limits, privacy issues, you know. It's weird though that we haven't seen him at all before Baker. They really want to put this scumbag in charge of the country. They already did. And you're telling us all of this because the city is on the verge of another crisis, just like several years ago, and people like you, Hera, will pay the highest price. How is that possible? We have memorial museums, statues, special days to commemorate massacres, and people forget, symbols change, but hatred remains. And like I said, even the worst things can be turned into points of pride when you have a good marketing campaigns and a common scapegoat. Quite frankly, I tried some of them now. I mean, they are very easy to swallow, but they are also very soft. And quite frankly, less satisfying to eat than I thought they would be. Maybe you need to eat like multiple ones. The hungry beasts within Nova Polemos need a public enemy, and the Black Bands are willing to give them one. But they just barely edged out their political opponents. That would be such a bold act in a balanced and delicate situation like that. No dictator ever took power with absolute consent, right? Manipulating people is a step-by-step process and follows precise patterns. I mean, I guess the show, the game, is omitting a lot of time skips in between the cases, where we are just seeing the top of it, and there could be, there could be explanations given to why people are so incentivized, or not caring about certain things anymore. Maybe because they have already been indoctrinated by the media and the marketing and whatnot. Over the months. But still, some of those things are a bit of a hard sell, but in the end, they are a conservative party, and we do see how conservatism easily turns into being in cahoots with the right wings if it is about gaining political power, and how quickly that allows for certain political dealings in some countries that turn over democracies just like that. So yeah, I mean, we do see it in reality, I guess. It's not that far-fetched, just the way that this is going about it. But then again, we just heard like a bomb going off and have to think that for ourselves, that, oh yeah, they framed this as a terrorist attack, or they framed some immigrants for it. It was, after all, an exec member of their state-owned company. Which, though, I do have to say, should also have drawn some... we just never saw the dealings of Eugene being taken in by the police. What he has been found guilty of, that we could not prove that it was his doing with the bomb. I mean, Mordred was there, he would have been asked and questioned, and... how would they frame it that, those bombs, even if Eugene himself says they were not his doings, to frame someone else, why would we believe him then? Then again, with David deactivating the virus, we can't even be sure that anyone could prove Eugene's evil doings, that he created a virus in the first place. Right? I mean, the government can definitely cover that up. Show the opponent's weakness, create a common enemy, shape common language, make brutality acceptable, and you'll have full power. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it is as easy as that. Things going to shit doesn't have to be complicated. More often than not, the easiest solutions work. Most often than not, they don't want you to think deeply about something. They want to get to your emotions. You start with some raids for security reasons, then you create a scandal. You keep fueling hatred, and all of a sudden your consent is through the roof. And if you think that finding Baker's killer would stop their rising, you're damn right. And yeah, we saw it in Belarus, for example, where that sparked, even after the election, it sparked not even riots. Like you can't even fight them really at that point anymore. But even in a country where you can't properly fight, they would still have public outrage. They are not going to find the responsible. As far as we know, they could have planned the murder themselves. So, what should we do? Leave as soon as possible. Forget about this whole thing and leave this nightmare behind you. How are we even supposed to do that? We can't just leave the city without permission. See, that is really bothering me because, damn, I'll try to help you. After all, I owe you a square-jawed friend. I'll try to help you. After all, I owe you a square-jawed friend for saving my life. Are you really going to do that for us? Let's sort out this mess first, then we'll work something out. Thank you, Freya. I'm gonna cover up evidence. No, I'm gonna frame someone again. I'm gonna get executed. I'd like to go back over the Smith brothers and Hephaestus case, if you don't mind. Huh? Any updates? See? That, yeah. That I have been actually... As you know, we have been looking everywhere for Dean and Talia to take their statements, but we couldn't find them. Good, they got away in time. However, 10 days ago, the police squad found a body in the sea near the entrance of the city walls. Don't tell me it was Dean Smith. No, who could have done that? As far as we know, Talia could be responsible for that. But there is something that doesn't add up. His neck was snapped with extraordinary strength, so I think we can rule her out as the killer. When we asked Eugene for some explanation, he just burst out laughing, as if he was pleased by the news. We are flailing around in the dark. Do you think you can help, Mordred? Talia has the strength to do something like that. She's a damn android. But I never exposed her, and now she's going after killing what was supposed to be her protector. Eugene didn't say a word, so I'm the only one. That is probably because we saw that happening, but Mordred didn't, and we are seeing the cases from his side, right? So that was something we should not have all seen. So, like, what would lead me to believe it is that Eugene is actually just the madman laughing about it. Eugene is definitely expecting that Dean was murdered, and that if he was murdered by someone else, Talia would have then turned herself in if she wasn't the one. And I mean, Eugene is a brilliant mind after all. So that is the resolution that he came up with for what is happening there. If I exposed her, I would be under investigation and Hera would know I lied to her. Wait, why did we lie to her? To Hera? But if I don't, I'd let a crazy living machine with every piece of information about this country go on the loose. If someone discovers her identity, a huge scandal might break out. What should I do? So, Mordred, you know anything about this? For all it is worth, I mean, lying to Hera, I never even saw that in the game. I don't even necessarily know what he's talking about. We did not say to Hera what we thought about the case, but that was before we even had the evidence of Talia being an android, so he hasn't told her afterwards, but I have seen nothing afterwards. I was happy that this was now brought up by Freya, that she brought up the case again. So, yeah, quite frankly, for all that it is worth, yeah, him being under investigation again and whatnot. But I mean, he should have been under investigation. Like, I mean, after all, Eugene was being found guilty and apparently he is in custody. Apparently he has been found guilty of something. Well then, I mean, Eugene is not free, right? At least that is how I read it. But they also could not find Dean and Talia. But still, if we think there's a possibility that Talia actually killed him, I mean, we made a decision, but it was because Dean was with her. Because Dean said, yeah, we are going away. Now that Dean is turning up in the docks, that would mean that Talia is still in the city, most likely. That was not the deal we struck. And like I said, with Eugene reacting like that, he definitely thinks that Talia killed him. I mean, what other reason would there be for Talia not to, Talia not to show up? It would be, after all, I mean, we banished 2 people, or we brought 2 people on the electric chair by faking evidence, just because we couldn't wait to just be sure, because we didn't have enough evidence apparently. We couldn't wait for another case of murders by Pandora, and we thought, okay, if they are Pandora, then it would be on our hands if we let them go, so we have to fake evidence. I mean, if that is the case, then we are definitely not gonna wait for Talia to kill someone else, right? I mean, at that point, what does it matter if we are under investigation? Let me just read that again. Also, a scandal would break out, would help us, right? Because the government is involved in Hephaestus, and they would be definitely in hot water, especially if Eugene has not been found guilty of anything. But I mean, the androids, for example, the androids in the lab, they have been found, right? The police was there first, so that would have been a huge cover-up story otherwise. So yeah, a scandal would actually help us against the party. Eugene didn't say a word, so I mean, knows everything. Okay. For some explanation, he just built us laughing, pleased. The Fall of God. It was Freya waiting for the detectives. A long discussion awaits, while the case seems to get even more complicated. Well, more than you think. I know I'm probably asking too much, but please don't tell anyone where you got this information. Hera, forgive me for not telling you sooner. They're sentient alien robots. You gotta believe me, they probably fell off the flat earth. That is how we must look to her now. But hey, crazier things happened already. Talia is an android created by the professor that contains every piece of information stored in ArcOS. But like, why haven't we been questioned about this beforehand? And you kept this to yourself. And how did you get to know it? Because I'm the one who let them go, after stopping Eugene from destroying ArcOS. Huh? Are you aware of the consequences of what you did? Yeah, but I never thought that she would kill what was supposed to be her new boyfriend. I mean, that is not... I mean, he was just the creator's son. Basically, like he was a father figure to them. And we shouldn't assume she's the one that killed him anyway. I mean, that is why I just exposed her, so I think we should assume that you are one to assume a lot of things, like those are Pandora, I think. We must find her at all costs, or the private information of Nova Polymos is going to spread around the world. Which, I mean... Is that a bad thing? Is that in some way actually bad? Do we have so many enemies around the world that they would just attack Nova Polymas, or why would it be bad if information was spread? I thought the huge thing was that Eugene wanted to destroy ArcOS because of the androids, for one thing, but also to expose the government itself to the people by destroying all of digital data in Nova Polymas with his virus. But you know, the data getting leaked, I mean, some typical scandals, yeah, but apart from that, what would Thalia have of that? Huh. Something like that might even cause a war. You do know that, right? Not sure how to put this whole story to my superiors, but I'll try not to involve you. Consider my debt to you paid in full. Fine, if I can help in any way. No, you have done enough damage. Just keep investigating the current murder. Why did you hide this from me, Mordred? Don't you trust me either? Yeah, I did not know that I hide this from you, Hera. I had no control over that. I did not know that that was a choice. No, the thing is, it doesn't matter. Freya is right. It's not our business anymore. But I cannot help but feel you have let me down, even if you had good intentions. So why didn't we tell her? It's not like I had a choice in this. Alright, let's forget about it for now and continue where we left off. You know, like, because they are taking the drama away from me, I did not have any way of actually avoiding that, so please stop being mad at me for something that I couldn't change. I would have. Well, that's all I had to say. The consequences of our past actions are getting heavier. Things are beginning to get on top of me. And now it's even harder to tell friends from enemies. That's precisely the reason why I wanted to speak to you. Mind your step. I may not be there to protect you. Don't trust too much those who are even remotely involved in the case, or else you'll get yourselves killed. Do I look like a philanthropist that would let his guard down to anyone? I was being ironic, of course. Sure. The thing is, you too are like a tornado, sucking the wrong people in. I'm sucking a lot of people, but that being said, I can't tell you about the case, but I won't refuse to answer direct questions. Oh, okay, I don't know what difference that makes. I cannot compromise my professional integrity, you know? Again, I don't know who does it make any difference for? Thank you, Freya. Alright, how about showing her some evidence we found? Good idea. This case is going to be long and complex, but Foley knows we managed to solve it. Vandora will be brought to justice once and for all. Getting there won't be easy at all, especially because the ghosts of the past are coming back once again. After searching out the island, the detectives are recalled to the waiting room. Now just ask their presence, then we get better to the investigation. The facts around Treasury Park and the glove Thalia's fate and the threat of the Black Bands seem to represent a real impending disaster. However, now is not the time to worry about it. In order to stop Pandora, it's necessary to show the police the evidence that has been collected so far, hoping this will untangle the case. Okay. I'm sorry, I have nothing to say about that. I knew that already. Here, look at that. If she made a stupid remark about that. Wait. I'm sorry, I have nothing to say about that. You fucking can't smoke, you idiot. Okay. I mean, let's start with that. People got tired of being exploited and decided to riot. What's wrong with that? Some of these people who are exploited had a deep relationship with the victim. So you think the situation fueled his desire for revenge? Whatever the reason, these people are crucial to understanding the reasons behind what happened. Let me guess, you want me to give you access to all the footage from the island. Actually, it would be pretty useless since the cameras are monitoring only areas unrelated to the murder. We might be able to see who damaged the statue though. I don't think it happened recently, and I highly doubt that it's related to the case anyway. I'm afraid you're right. Still, those cameras are really important. Why so? Why am I actually talking against my own presented evidence, but it is then... Oh yeah, no, that is important. The place is huge. Like, that is exactly what we should have... Why we should have presented it to her. Maybe we see the statue. Complicated and with a maze like a space is. Only someone with deep knowledge of the area would know where the cameras are not installed. Damn, that's true. Huh, maybe we should reconsider this option. That explains why you got here before I arrived. Why does it read 9:30 p.m.? The victim was dead much earlier. Okay. Okay, we have been talking about this yesterday, yes. We don't know what yet, but we assumed that something went wrong and Pandora had to act sooner than planned. Okay. But nevertheless, he left no trace of law of any kind, not to mention that we have no witnesses. The curfew on the island is 8:30 p.m., isn't it? Maybe that's the reason. Regardless, I'm sure the key to solving the case is in that note and in what forced our dear Pandora to act quickly. I'm sorry, I have nothing to say about that. I'll just show you everything. Why are you showing me a shoe? Because it's a nice shoe, because the shoe allowed us to understand who the victim was and what he was doing here. I'm impressed, I must say. So you managed to profile him despite his ArcOS personal file being protected. We are just good at our job. Still, why are we showing her? just to say, oh, I'm good at my job, look. What can you tell us about the burned thumbs on the victim and the jars we found in that room? Oh, you managed to get in. I guess you took advantage of your friend's influence. Last time we spoke, he wanted to kill you. Imagine that. Wasn't it the same for you? Touché. Maybe that's why nobody ever collected that evidence. It turns out we have guardian angels in heaven. And apparently, the report he stole from me says that the only fingerprints in the on the jars you stole from me, what? Belong to the victim. What? It can't be. Pandora was probably wearing gloves, so it didn't leave any fingerprints. And we can't search for gloves? We have the police here. If anything, we know that Andrew tried to fight back. Still, the wax has been poured onto his face only, right? Where Pandora wanted it. Hera is right. At least it's one step forward. Both the victim's thumbs are covered in wax and are severely burned, just like the face. Several fingerprints of the victim were found on the container used to disfigure him. Nothing burns like pride. Unlike 6 years ago, the victim has some cuts on his arm. What do you think about that? Easy. He's instinctively raised his arms to protect his face when the killer pushed him against the window. Only one arm is wounded though, and we already know that he was blinded by wax. The wax had to be poured when Pandora and the victim were face to face though. Yeah, and unless he had been drugged, it would have been impossible to pour the wax, turn him around and push him out the window without any reaction. And we know that their fingerprints on the columns suggest that he actually reacted. That's right, no trace of narcotics or similar stuff on his body. Such a tangled situation. So he did it to himself? To frame Pandora? To make an art of himself? Maybe you should try a less linear thinking approach. Please, Freya, explain yourself. I'd rather let you work it out for yourselves. And soon you'll see why. Well, at this point you should be able to understand the dynamics of the case. Let's say that we can make assumptions now. I think we should speak again to... Wait, it was different though, but it is still a hilariously comical scream. What the... It came from inside the building. Let's move. No, you stay here. Leave it to the officers. I'll make sure to let you in when we are done. Come on, Hera. Yeah, let's go. You'll be arrested for interfering with the police, do you realize that? So stubborn. Oh my god, that is Mr. Hope. How the hell did he manage to... Oh, how the hell did he manage to kill him in the middle of the corridor? He resorted to murder a crippled man like him. What a monster. Where are all the staircases though? Whoops. A letter. It is addressed to us? Is this some kind of sick joke? Is that bastard addressing us directly now? Letter from Pandora. Infant hieroglyphs painted on the canvas of life. Death hits the shell. yet does no harm to the soul of the artwork. An insane game which stems from an unappreciated mind and flows through the decades. The Code of the Sun is in the hands of the shameless lover. Ruled by a fate that dragged her down to the mediocrity of the abyss. The Code of the Moon lies in the misplaced thoughts of the father. The Code of the Sun is in the hands of the shameless lover, ruled by a fate that dragged her down to the mediocrity of the abyss. The Code of the Moon lies in the misplaced thoughts of the father, victim and perpetrator of a sick game. The hand, the wicked symbol of humanity, is hidden in the lost memories of cursed days, where blood-flavored confetti are slowly drowning. I like the Beto. What the? Another puzzle? Pandora risked getting caught on camera only to drag the body here and deliver the letter. I mean, I thought there were no cameras in here, or basically none. I'm getting tired of these stupid games. How much longer will that sadistic rat waste our time? Waste our time? I mean, the killings are... So there is a camera here. I thought inside there are no cameras. No wounds or any sign of struggle. And no visible effects of poisoning either. By the way, who screamed? There was multiple people screaming, or was that just like Pandora screaming? Was it just a recording? But yeah, there was screaming. Who screamed? Who saw it? Who was there to scream? So, what's the cause of the death here? And why did the killer drag him here in plain sight? This place is covered in security cameras. Is it now? I don't know. And I'm afraid we don't have time to find out either. The police are coming. Let's move. Go watch the parade meter now. And make sure you'll get the footage from the surveillance camera in the area. Oh, hey, that's our policeman cop friend. Yes, sir. Sure. What are you doing here? Do you want to get arrested instead of that monster? We just took the opportunity and... Come with me now. But... Don't answer back. That's an order. Since when are you in charge of this? And give me that letter already, or you'll spend the rest of your life in jail. It's addressed to us. You would still have. The letter, I won't say it again. Do as he says, Mordred. Is that all? What did you expect? Proof of our guilt? Don't be stupid. I just had to make sure that you are not the next victims. Pandora never planned on killing us. He actually seems to be enjoying the chase. Please, this is not about rivalry in a superhero comics. This is real life, Hera, and the killer is taking an increasing interest in you. Some might say that you are in league with him, or that you have something to hide. Excuse me? Some colleagues of mine are starting to think that you are misleading the investigation to prevent Pandora from being arrested. Are you sure that's coming from one of your colleagues? Don't be silly. I asked you to come here. And that's what makes me think that you agree with them. How long are you going to fight each other? Doesn't matter what I think. Just want to understand the meaning of this damn letter right now. And that damn letter. I can't say for sure, but I have the feeling that it has something to do with what happened 6 years ago. What made you come up with that? These elements he's referring to, I've seen them before, and this is the proof. Those stupid drawings we found years ago are connected to the letter? I mean, it literally says so, yes. Exactly. And I'm confident that the codes he is talking about have something to do with the people on the island. I agree, but what are they supposed to mean? And what's their purpose? Probably they will lead us to the place where you were locked up, which was never found. That place again? While revisiting the past, we stopped right before that to spare you the... Wait, is he helping us then? I don't know. It might be a trap. But I think it's worth following the lead. Anyway, killing Hope was pretty masochistic. And it could jeopardize Pandora's entire plan. So there's two Pandoras. One is the crazy murderer guy, and the other one is David, which came from a low-class, environment, worked his way up, saw that the law system is corrupted, and especially with the political agenda of the Black Bands gaining more and more traction. So he is the Pandora who makes the murders that is actually helping us or trying to help us. Basically, the other one is a psychotic Pandora who is just killing because of this case with the Jennifer Kingston parents. And it could jeopardize Pandora's entire plan. As far as we know, it could be a trick to mislead us into following a different path. And let's not forget about these symbols under the drawings, those symbols, which are probably connected to these codes. We'll have more answers when I get access to the security footage, which you'll be kind enough to show us, right? Don't push it, Mordred. We are all hanging by a thread, don't forget that. Do you really think that we're going to solve this mess by counting cautious and following your stupid protocol? I caught you saying it the first time already. You're never going to arrest him without us, so stop lecturing us. We haven't even solved the first murder and now another victim popped up, and you were useless. At this rate, we might lose track of the case very soon. I think this is a good moment for taking stock. Let's take this whole thing from the top. From the top, you say. I can't see the clocks though. Damn it. Alright, but let's make it quick. Okay, why don't we compare the two scenes for a start? Sounds good. The victim was murdered at 8:30 p.m., an hour earlier than the homicide from 6 years ago. Okay, yes, that is correct. Although the message that Leon gave us stated it would happen at 9:30 p.m. We can assume that something changed Pandora's plan and he was forced to act sooner than expected. So yes, that is an actual thing. It was not just like the game did not really, you know, translate it well into what happened then. But now that it is explaining it, yeah, that is what I thought. We can assume that something changed sooner than expected. But we still don't know why. The only thing I know is that I'm going crazy. It is forbidden to smoke in this freaking place and I'm getting terribly nervous. Oh, big deal. Shall we return to the main topic, please? Fine. So, in the previous scene, the victim had his throat cut, glass shards in his shoulder, and he fell into the pond. And let's not forget about the wings, invoking the myth of Icarus. While this time, only the victim's arm was wounded by glass, and falling to the ground, he hit a plague by the pond. At both times, Pandora put wax into the victim's face, but we still need to figure out how he did it. Huh. I'm starting to kind of get the picture. You go ahead. Aren't you going to share it with us? As you wish. Anyway, one difference is there are cameras everywhere now, even if they are placed in specific areas only. Pandora probably knew all of them, and that's why he killed in the rehearsal room, which had none. In addition, we have no idea how he managed to bring his victims there, but I guess there's some hidden passage nearby. And this letter might help us find it. So, we just need to crack the code, find the room, and stop the psycho once and for all. Alright, keep questioning the suspects. Maybe you'll find out more. I'm going to get the surveillance footage and prevent anyone from arresting you two in the meantime. Aw, what would we do without you? If I wasn't on duty, I would smash your face in. Aw, friend. We are dealing with the most difficult case of our lives and you just fight all the time. You know what? I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. What do you mean? I'm lost. Let's visit the dark room and talk to our friends on the island. You'll see. One last thing. I know it's painful for you to relive the day, but as you may have guessed, I know the third code is referring to what happened to me in that room. Alright, let's go back to the past one more time. Are you sure you can handle the stress? Wait, we are going back to the past, so Hera is seeing this as well? I thought I'm just recounting what happened. I don't see another option. Okay, so what did happen with her? Oh, my little beautiful goddess. How I wish I could help you ascend to the eternity you deserve. But the source of evil is yet to be born, and I have great plans for my little forbidden fruit. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. The clock is ticking, while the desires of us mortals are fading away, and yet you, the All-Mother, remain intact and pure. I cannot help but hate you for this. With every single fiber of my being. How I wish I could desecrate your temple, spilling guts all over the floor, destroying your statues, strangling your disciples in their sleep, and drinking your divine nectar. All this would give me so much joy. Yet today, I'm here to give you a gift. A tribute to a greater power. Cherish it, and one day we shall meet again. Stop yelling or I'm going to kill you for real this time. 1 minute you're like a ghost, the next you're going berserk. What the hell is wrong with you? Keep me out of that fucking room and Pandora will be the last of your problems, I swear. I already told you, she is still in shock, but she's fine. Fine? You just said that you found her shaking and unable to talk in that creepy room. Keep your voice down, detective. This is your last warning. At least tell me what the hell Pandora or whoever kidnapped her was able to take her from the rehearsal room to the dark room without anyone seeing them. If I'm not letting you in, it's because we are trying to figure it out. Besides, I doubt she wants to speak to you now. Alright, I'm done playing this stupid game. We need to close the case now. Have you lost your mind? How are you going to do that? Shut up and hear me out. I've got a plan, but I need you. Well, now I'm curious to know what you're up to. Okay, so that was the hook that he was taking Hera's thing personal. Have you gone completely mad? Do you realize what you're asking me to do? Do you have any better idea? Or would you rather spend the rest of your life chasing ghosts? Fine, let's do it your way. But know that if things go wrong, it's all your fault. I'm ready to face the consequences. Bring me those two. I'll buy as much time as I can. I hope you know what you're doing, or we're dead. Believe me, I hope so too. Okay. So that is why Hera did not take it foul so much, because he did it for her. Here we are, detective. Right where the nice cop forced us to come. You seem to have a considerable influence on the police department. It would be nice to tell some journalist and... Believe me, you won't have time to tell anyone. Oh, was that a threat? I was even thinking to ask you if you were feeling better than the last time we met. I wonder what happened to you all of a sudden. Are you maybe feeling guilty over grilling a poor innocent woman? Probably our friend can't handle the pressure and he fell apart. It takes courage to accuse someone without any kind of evidence, especially when it's about celebrities like us. That goddamn mask again, but why now? And why on her face only? Actually, I've got enough evidence. Do you mind showing us? A piece of cloth from your colleague's costume was found in the rehearsal room. Not to mention her desire for revenge towards Maximilian, which is a clear motive. You can stop pretending now. My parents? Are you really going to use a tragedy like that to your advantage? And what is a piece of cloth supposed to prove? Anyone could have used the costume to frame it. Yeah, definitely. No way, the mask disappeared. What the hell is going on? You're a monster, detective. Do you have any idea how much I suffered for what happened? The reason I'm here is to commemorate my parents and to make sure that something like that will never happen again. The thought of Jennifer being Pandora is just hilarious. Or maybe you suspect me? I can't even reply. What's wrong with me? What's the matter, detective? Cat got your tongue? Are you feeling guilty for what you said now? Or maybe you're just sad because your colleague is not here? Speaking of, did something happen to her? I can't breathe. Hera. Hands up, don't move, you're under arrest. Call it in, we got them. You collapsed in front of your enemies right before they got arrested. That wasn't great, to be honest. But at least you recovered quickly. You're getting old, my friend. I think I'm growing a stubble there. I might be old, but if it wasn't for my idea, we would have never got them. You took advantage of me being a policeman to enter their room and place false evidence you collected at another crime scene. Great idea indeed. What matters is the result, isn't it? In less than 5 minutes, the entire police force was on them. The evidence you gave me have never been registered by the police or anyone else, so it's obvious that you have been hiding them since the beginning. As I told you many times, both the police and government wanted a scapegoat to blame for Pandora's crimes. A single hair would have been enough to frame someone. Okay, okay. This city is made of appearances, and Pandora was destroying its credibility on multiple levels. Which would be evidence that yes, working against the government is one reason. Why did you talk to Hera or me? Why didn't you talk to Hera or me? To deceive foes. First detective friends, as they say. To deceive foes, first deceive friends, as they say. Sorry, I butchered that. That stupid grin on your face is getting on my nerves. It's like you can't even think of the consequences of what we have done. Yeah, that is a stupid grin. I noticed that already. Do you realize the hell we just got ourselves into? We made the right choice. You have nothing to worry about. So yeah, we made the right choice. Okay, so he was not... When this was referred to beforehand, he was not referring to making the right choice about he thinks they are guilty necessarily, but just the right choice that, well, if they are Pandora and they are the best case, so like his judgment is just clouded from Hera not being there and that mask thing, that he then thinks, well, it's my best chance to stop Pandora before they are murdering again. So we made the right choice. So it's not like, oh, I'm sure they are it. We made the right choice. So he never thought they were guilty. It was just that he was under so much stress or distress from not being able to trust his own abilities, and Hera being, personally attacked, that getting to him, that he now said, okay, we do have, like, that brought him over the edge, which, like I said, is something that I do acknowledge, yes. I wanted something that spurns him to say, okay, it was the right choice. But it was not specifically not referring to him knowing that they were Pandora and just not having enough evidence. But it is now explained that, okay, or enough of an explanation for me at least, to know that, okay, he was just really strained by this. There was a trigger for it to say that this was the right choice. The way you lie with a straight face is just scary. I'm getting used to the spotlight. We are famous now, my friend. We just sentenced to death 2 possibly innocent people, and all you can think about is fame. Well, 2 possibly innocent people. If you think they are possibly innocent, then... Like, okay, now he makes that no sense part that I thought Mordred did. But for Mordred, I just excused it. Now you who actually thinks they could be innocent. I'd give anything for that poker face of yours right now. Pandora won't show up again, since no one will ever go after him. And I'm good with that. What? Huh? Game, please don't ruin yourself. So he specifically knows that Pandora... What? That makes no fucking sense. That sentence was... really 0 sense. Was this your plan since the very beginning? Maybe. The lesser of two evils, I see. We won, that's all that matters. If you say so. I better go now. Hera is about to get released, and I guess you two have a lot to discuss. Oh, there she is. Say hello, Mort. Hera? What have they done to you? You're crying more than usual when you see a squashed bug. I never had the courage to ask her what really happened, and I still don't know the reason behind those masks and my sudden fainting. The only thing I knew, I don't know why you fainted either. I knew was that there was no coming back. Hera, I still don't know what Hera, I still don't know what happened in that room. Please goddamn fucking tell me. I'm sorry, we shouldn't have. No, don't worry. Now I remember his message. So it was worth it. Oh, that was all? Oh. Alright, as you wish. Delightful torments. The shield of shame reflects on the sword, brandished by the hero with the prominent helm. I mean, how else do you know it's the hero? In the middle, one of the sisters observed the scene, refusing to shed undue tears. Yeah. Okay, back to the apartment. I always want to go from least interesting to most interesting, but yeah, beforehand I wanted to know because it was the end of the stream. I wanted to end on a high note. Please, Mordred, try to be nice this time. I don't think I'll need to. Oh, welcome back, my dears. What brings you here again? Is Mary smiling? You know why we are here, madam. Be quick to answer my questions, and we'll leave you to your mourning. Daryl is finally free from his prison. I have no reason to mourn. We got the surveillance footage. You mean the recording from the room where Daryl was found dead? What did they find? They just confirmed the worst case scenario, madam. Madam, was your husband involved in the murder of Andrew Genesi? Absolutely not. My husband loved him. He was like a son to us. As you know, with his physical condition was... What is physical condition? How could he possibly have been able to do something like that? Here we go. This is the most important interrogation of my whole life. I can't afford to fail. And we instantly failed. Actually, we gotta go. I did not know that I could do that. Okay, bye. See you around. Now that we are back here, would you care to explain what's been on your mind? Remember, just ran away. Sorry, I'm about to faint. I need to go to a dark room. Remember those weird drawings in the rehearsal room from what we found back then? Of course. I could never forget them. A sun, a moon, and a hand. The same ones that Pandora mentioned on his letter. Not only that, there were 3 circles on the floor. They are starting to make sense now. If you say so. I mean, is it the most obvious? The most obvious kind of sense? Maybe we should change the clocks. Lee said the paintings are rotating every 15 minutes or so. You're right, it's worth a try. We should search the evidence to find out the right time to set. Maybe something related to 6 years ago. So, 20 past 12. 10 past... what? 9? 10? 10 past 10. And 40 past 10. 11. Oh yeah, 20 before 12. Okay, yeah, okay. But why does this change now? When we clicked this before and we never saw that, right? Or did I just never... I was never able to examine it. Okay, let's try to set the clocks, every single column from the left to right. Let's start with the first clock on the left. Okay, now the middle one. Now the last one on the right. What? Wait, did I thought 20 before 12, right? Was it? No, something's wrong. Let's try again. Wait, what? $20 past 12, right? Then 10 past 10. And then this. Is this rotated? Wait, what am I looking at? It still doesn't make any sense, but okay. Am I? So, oh my god, I did. Right. I'm stupid. Fucking hell. I should have not. Maybe we should have done this a little bit earlier. Okay. Now I'm not quite sure what I was thinking about. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Nah. Maybe I should drink something else again. That was fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Long day. Okay. Don't worry. I got this. Wait, these paintings are... Pandora described them in his letter. I bet they are the key to enter the hidden room somehow. If I remember correctly, the exhibition curator claimed that the paintings in the columns were interactive. Should we inspect them? Yeah, but I think we need a precise sequence. We must crack the code in order to find it. Let's start from that, then we'll figure it out. Alright, but it's so weird those paintings have the same schedule we found years ago in the rehearsal room. And Pandora had no reason to help us track down his hideout. Whatever the reason, Lee is obviously involved in this mess, since he is the one to set the painting's timetable for the expedition. But let's not speculate too much for the moment. Hard to talk about speculation when dealing with such an absurd case. Here. Good thing that my aqua is saves everything. The code of the sun is in the hands of the shameless lover, ruled by a fate that dragged her down to the mediocrity of the abyss. The code of the moon lies in the misplaced thoughts of the father, victim and perpetrator of a sick game. The hand, the wicked symbol of humanity, is hidden in the most and lost memories of cursed days, where blood-flavored confetti are slowly drowning. Just a painting, it's quite useless for now. Safety is considered the most important, yes. You again. You don't want to blame me for the death of the damn old man, do you? Not directly. We found this letter on the body of the latest victim. Any idea what it could mean? Wait, we do have the physical letter? Stupid riddles, just what I needed. No. These words make no sense. It must be a trick. He's giving you false information to mislead you. I doubt Pandora would be stupid enough to help you, especially knowing that you would sell your soul to stop him. As I thought, Maximilian has one of these three codes. Let's figure out which one. Victim and perpetrator of a sick game. I don't think we have to look too or think too hard of which one he is. Fine, if you're not willing to cooperate with us, we're going to squeeze the truth out of you. Have you already skipped to the part where you threaten me? I know nothing, I told you. Sometimes I think you enjoy seeing people lose their temper because of your abrasiveness. Scold me as much as you like. You know that it always works. Almost always. I'm tired of your games. I'm calling the police. We're close to figuring out who killed your son, and we are the only ones able to solve this case. Do you really want to live with the pain of your son's death for the rest of your life, knowing that you could have avenged him but didn't? Fine, but let's make it quick. What do you want to know? First of all, I need all details about what happened after the column collapsed in the theater. Are you going to bring my son back into this? Just answer my question, please. I'll have to step in while he's talking to force him to reveal the code. It's the only way to solve this. It's the only way. After the collapse, everyone pointed the finger at my son, so we had to increase surveillance despite the petitions. What do you mean? Public opinion? The police? No. He was assaulted by the island's resident first. They threw bottles, rocks and other objects through the window as a protest against him. Someone convinced them that he had stolen their money for the contracts and built non-compliant areas. And that's not true. I mean, what was the cause for the collapse then? The incompetence of the construction company, what else? Which he already said. Someone even physically assaulted him, but they were old, so they couldn't harm him. This place is falling to pieces and is not equipped to deal with older people, and yet he's still trying to deny the obvious. Okay, enough of this topic. Can we go back to the beginning? As you wish. Petitions, what do you mean? Someone refused to increase surveillance because it would ruin the harmony of the structure. He was against the installation of cameras, and that's why many areas are not monitored. They would spoil the look of the artistic environment as well as invade our privacy. It's not acceptable. Such an idiot. Who are you talking about? Who submitted the petitions? The former curator of the darkroom. I gave him that job to keep him quiet, but it just made things worse. We never met him, not even 6 years ago. What's his name? I'm sorry, but I can't remember. Oh really? I got the feeling you do remember it. The former curator of the darkroom, someone that both Lee and Andrew admired. It's quite obvious now. The person who was in charge of the darkroom is, well, the latest victim of the Infernal Maze, Daryl Hope. Unbelievable. Still, I don't get why Pandora killed him. Because that lunatic kept renting despite being a vegetable, that's why. What? Soon after my son's death, his condition rapidly worsened, and yet he was doing his best to delay the safety improvements. So I had to replace him, further ruining my reputation and turning myself into a monster in the eyes of the residents. If it wasn't for him and his nonsense, now we would have cameras everywhere and my son would still be alive. What does your son have to do with Daryl? Oh, nothing. Forget about it. It's too late for that. Spit it out. What was your relationship? My son was doing all he could to clear his name, and knowing about Daryl's good reputation on the island, he decided to ask him for help. What do you mean? Did he have so much influence on the city? No, only on the island. We managed to stop the scandal, at least superficially. If we hadn't handled the matter with the residents quickly, everyone would have collapsed beyond repair. Everything. Were you that worried? Covering up the riot should be easier than hiding the death of 2 people. Power is based on appearances, Mr. Foley. If we showed the ship was sinking, the rats of the government would run away. The captain is supposed to go down with the ship, and I couldn't let that happen. They reached an agreement, and that bastard gave him a painting with a letter to seal the deal. Could you please be more specific? Like he didn't humiliate him enough. That old fool gave my son a painting by some unknown artist in the letter. I still remember the content. It was a bunch of nonsense. Tighten the noose on your hypocrisy and pay respect to the smile of the goddess. Look at the lips of the beast. Touch the thickest of its webs. So see what they actually speak. Dig deeper. Tighten the noose on the hypocrisy and pay respect to the smile of the goddess. As I suspected, the message must be part of Pandora's code, and now we need to decipher it. Where's that painting now? It was collecting dust in the basement for a long time until I gave it to charity a few years ago. I have no idea where it went. What was the painting depicting? Some sort of goddess watching a spider-like woman vomiting and suffering on her feet. At her feet. I refuse to exhibit something like that to my guests. The related message was completely different, though. What was the old man thinking? A spider at the feet of the goddess. It sounds familiar. Sounds like Athena. Daryl would convince people to take my son's side in exchange for an extension in the dark room and the promise to renovate crumbling buildings. Wait. Did he really ask to extend the dark room? He had absolute power over your son and he settled for so little? He said he wanted to give him more relevance. This is hard to read with the constant flickering. The art in this, and it's also annoying. Godforsaken place. So we agreed to build another room. And I also don't know why, like, he's lying, yes, but why does the mask not stay on? You have always had such information and never told us. I wasn't aware of it until just recently. Huh? So when we solve the paintings, the hidden darkroom part will be revealed to us. A few weeks ago I was reading through some of my son's old letters and I happened to find out about the agreement with Daryl in this mysterious room. I asked for the floor plans of the entire area, but I couldn't find nothing. The island's director, who doesn't know about unauthorized works. Are you kidding me? As I said, we were renovating the whole island to improve our reputation. It was impossible for me to keep track of everything. The father of one of Pandora's victims starts to investigate again, and suddenly a murder identical to that of 6 years ago happens. Hard to imagine that's just a coincidence. If anything, we know that that damn secret room actually exists. I told you everything I know, even what I promised I would take to the grave. Put an end to this situation once and for... Wait, why? I don't want to hear about Pandora ever again. Unless he decides to kill me before tonight. Mr. Maximilian, that could really be. Goodbye. Ah! That's insane. How much influence did Pandora have on these people? And why is he killing his allies? What really matters is that we found out the old man had cleared the way for Pandora, and that he got killed by him for some reason. All the chickens are coming home to roost, but this is still an intricate situation. I mean, if Pandora is actually working against the government, I guess Daryl would have reason for it. You're right. Come on, there's still much to do. About shaping society through contemporary art. Hope once was corporate manager. So Hope, I mean, obviously that is... Hope was released by Pandora, yes. Together with all of the evils. Can we solve everything around this until we get to Merle? Promotes gender equality, our most important job. Okay. Just a painting, useless for now. I mean the thickest web, so we have the spider here, so... Fate dragged down to the mediocrity of the abyss. Code of the moon lies misplaced thoughts of the father, victim and perpetrator of a sick game. So this is the code of the father. Okay. Seems like I do have to do the most important investigation that Foley has ever done. Okay, maybe I do need another drink for this. Because goddamn, we are finishing this tonight. Even though it was a long day, but we are gonna finish it. Whew. So, the flight of Icarus. You're probably the most gruesome, Miss Medusa. Why do you keep saying that my husband was involved in that horrible thing? You've got no proof of that. Believe me, we have more than you know. But let's go through the whole thing once again. You said that you have been living on the island for 7 years. Well, we discovered something really interesting while talking to Maximilian. Your husband was the former curator of the darkroom. So what? How does this tie him to the murder of that poor guy? This would link him to both murders that occurred here, to be precise. Following the accident in the theater, your husband tried to cut a deal with Maximilian's son to enlarge the darkroom. We don't know whether the works was performed or not, but there is another request that has been accepted, and that was actually crucial to solving the case. What request? I'm talking about prohibiting placing the evidence of specific locations across the island. Prohibiting placing this evidence in specific locations across the island. Daryl explicitly requested that the cameras not be installed. That was a weird way of saying that. Within houses, but most importantly, in the rehearsal room, the dark room, and the other places connected to the murders. And what's that supposed to mean? Your husband made Pandora's work much easier since he wanted to see Maximilian's son dead. Daryl had a good job and our life was just perfect. Why would he help that murderer? You admitted that things were not so perfect back then, and your husband's condition was deteriorating day by day. Terry was a monster, ruining the lives of the residents, and the situation was about to get worse. So Daryl decided to help Pandora kill Terry. But this wouldn't have... I like how it ties back into how Pandora had collaborators. That is what we expected. But this wouldn't have improved the situation at all. Your assumption makes no sense. A reaction like that could not be predicted. That's why a new victim needed to be murdered 6 years later. And this time, the martyr ended up being the boy who admired your husband so much. The poor guy you are praising was just a tool for Pandora's and your husband's plan. And the timing of the murder was not a coincidence. Hera, why are you in on this? Of course not. Daryl asked Pandora to lure us here, together with the police, in order to shed some light on the problems faced by the island's residents. Why would my husband ask something like that? The reason is quite clear. He wanted to show that Pandora was everywhere. You were about to get thrown out of here. He wanted to frame Maximilian and get his revenge. Once again, you said that your husband's condition would have soon made you end up living in the street. And the only way to avoid that was to make a scandal. Bingo. It's time to play my trump card. However, his plan didn't turn out the way he wanted to, since the news had not leaked in time. So Daryl had no choice but to take drastic measures. And get killed by Pandora. What? Daryl got himself killed on purpose? How can you be so sure? Yeah, Hera, that is exactly from the beginning on. I mean, she knew that he saw a mask on her, so I guess she would, be supportive. Unlike the other victims, his death was painless, so he made our investigation even more difficult. But that's insane. Pandora was aware that room was monitored by cameras. Exactly, that's the point. He wanted to be seen. I think it's safe to say Pandora is doing everything to get caught tonight. The message, the letter, the same murderer in the same public place, they all suggest he has finally decided to put an end to this macabre journey. And I could see him premeditating the whole thing 6 years ago, when he left those drawings on the wall. What are you saying is making perfect sense. Is it? Are you done blabbering? Your farce is getting on my nerves. There's no footage, you're just messing with me. Do you expect me to fall apart and say something against my husband? That's quite a change of attitude, madam. Are you perhaps afraid to hear the name of the monster that Daryl was working with? So the man you saw, the one you believe to be Pandora, is he someone we already know? Haven't you realized yet? The man in the footage is the only link between Daryl and the victim. Pandora's real identity is... What footage? What footage? Luke is older than Lee. But okay. Pandora's real identity. Yeah, I think you were supposed to actually show me the footage. Wouldn't that have been nice? Fine, Lee Graves. Lee Graves, the current curator of the Darkroom. It can't be. Why did he let himself getting caught on by the cameras? Why? Wait, what? I mean, I just got it, but it's like... I got it by his psychological profile text that I instantly thought, okay, well, weird. So you knew all about... And I haven't gotten to the best part yet. There's another reason why Daryl got himself killed. How much longer are you going to tarnish his memory? Stop with your ridiculous insinuations. Insinuations? No, this is the plain truth. Daryl had a plan B from the beginning. The other reason why he decided to get killed and caught on camera is... showing the condition of the island, being mistaken for Pandora, protecting his wife, to protect you and your future. His death would allow his wife to stay on the island, giving her a decent future. And even if her health worsened, nobody would even think of refusing shelter to the wife of one of the victims. The press would destroy the island's reputation if something like that happened. A brilliant plan. Congratulations to your husband. Sweet and caring until his last breath, so typical for my dear Daryl. So many times I begged him to stop working with such a monstrous and heartless man. A monster that we can finally stop once and for all. All we need is the last code. Then we'll get him. We'll go get him. And the only person that owns it, yes, it's me. And I've been keeping it for me with me for 6 years. The shield of shame reflects the sword brandished by the hero with the prominent helm. Okay. Unexpected gifts. Tighten the noose of the on your hypocrisy, and pay respect to the smile of the goddess. And here the flower of darkness blooms, while the cursed kiss of the gods is consuming. The lyre travels through its notes, while the artist gazes into nothingness. I hope you are aware that you are walking right into the belly of the beast, the worst you'll ever face. Goodbye, detective. She just wanders off. Great, we have all 3 codes now. But we still don't know how he killed Andrew. Anyway, I feel there's something wrong. Don't you think this was too easy? We'll get our answer directly from Pandora. Come on, the darkness is waiting. Shouldn't we inform Leon or the police? And leave all the glory to them? No thanks. Okay, that is a weak reason. I'm afraid you're underestimating the danger, Mordred. We have been chasing that motherfucker for too long. I won't let those corrupt bastards steal it from me. Got it? Come on, we have no time to waste. We need the plot to happen, I get it. A new murder, a weird letter, and a riddle coming straight from the past. In order to fight Pandora, you need to find the pieces of the code closely guarded by some of the characters involved in the macabre case. The closing curtain is about to fall, and the final revelations is getting closer. Okay. Yeah, I know what fucked me up. I know again why my thought process was so weird, because this is clearly extending to the outside. And so with the other ones, I could relatively easily tell which one's the longer one is, because it's extending over. But here, this actually makes me think this is the... This is the hour one. And this is the minute. So that is what fucked me up on the clock. Anyways, it was still stupid, but at least you get an explanation out of me. Okay. And yeah, like that Darkroom dude, I mean, he is not the real Pandora, or he's only part of Pandora, but I mean... At least he's looking sick. Gotta say, design-wise, it's nice, but... Meh. Reveal to me, please, that David is the real Pandora. Like, one is the crazy artist and the other one is the mastermind. Okay, we have got... We've got the web one. Is this the puking one? I'm actually not quite sure. Might be. Letter from Pandora. Some pieces of customer sign out products. No one has ever figured out how she managed to bring. Okay. The code of the sun is in the hands of the shameless lover, ruled by a fate that dragged her down to the mediocrity of the abyss. The code of the moon lies in the misplaced thoughts of the father. In the hand, the wicked symbol of humanity is hidden in the lost memories of cursed days. Okay. So then, this is the sun one, the flower of darkness blooms. Right, so code of the sun, shameless, dragged down, so that's her. So that is the one of the sun. Then the code of the moon is with the father, which is which was dead, right? And then the last one, the hand, cursed days, is the delightful torments. But then this one is the liar one. Eh. Just a painting, it's quite useless to me now. Alright, here we go. Now we have all the codes described in the letter. We still need to figure out how to use them though. Maybe there's a sequence to follow. Let's read through the documents again. We are so close to the truth. Okay, yeah, prominent helm. Delightful torments. Shield. Hero. Prominent helm. In the middle, one of the sisters observes the scene, refusing to shed undue tears. The thickest of webs. Great. Okay. Nope. Same data that were executed. Nostalgia, regrets during the Domain of Golden Thread. Okay. Letter from Pandora. Delightful torments. Unexpected gifts. And this. So... I can't go somewhere else either. Wait, what? Okay. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Let's read through the documents again. We are so close to the truth. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing here. Maybe that? Oh, those are switches. Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe those are switches. Maybe that is why it sounds different, eh? So then we would go with okay. First, the sun. The sun's hands a shameless lover ruled by a fate that dragged her down. So she had the code of the sun, which is the last one. Then the moon code. Is the first one. And then the hand is the second one. So what now? 3, 1, 2? Nah, that's game. Game, would you like to let me out here? No, now the game won't let me out. No, game. Now the Aqua OS won't let me out again. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Okay, can we load this? Okay. So what did I say? 3? 1, 2. Ah, fuck. What's that? Okay. 3, 1, 2. Nope. Then it is... maybe it is going by time? So... this is 20 past 12, this is short before this is, so then 3, 2, 1? I'm still operating on maybe that is a button. Nope, it is not. Okay, maybe they're just not buttons. Maybe I just don't understand what I need to do, but okay. Stems from an underappreciated mind and flows through the decades. Infant hieroglyphs, painted canvas alive, never shall harm. Okay. The code of the sun is in the hands of the shameless lover, ruled by a fate that dragged her down mediocrity to the abyss. That's she. She gave me monstrous paradoxes. That is the last one. Flower, darkness blooms. Then the second one was Maximilian, the father, victim and perpetrator of a sick game. Tighten the noose. That's the second one. And then the third one is the hand, the wicked symbol of humanity. Symbol of humanity is, I guess, blood. Cursed days where blood flavored confetti is slowly drowning. And that was the delightful torments. The shield of shame reflects on the sword. Oh, it's a shield. It's not a blood. Okay. In the middle, one of the sisters observed the scene, refusing to shed undue tears. So yeah, it is those three. It is the noose, it is the shield, it is the flower. I don't understand why I can't actually look at anything else in this. If anyone got an idea, I'm open for it. Um, I mean, this is the final puzzle. You can't really just say, oh, it just doesn't make sense, right? So there's gotta be something in this. The code of the sun is in the hands of the shameless lover, ruled by a fate that dragged her down to mediocrity of the abyss. I mean, it makes too much sense that she is the third one. Hera is the third one. The hand, the wicked symbol of humanity. Well, she is a symbol of humanity. She is always the one that cries about everything. Hidden in the lost memories of cursed days. Where blood flavored confetti. And that's where we got her torments things from. So that's one key. And the torments are the shield. And that's the last one on here. And on here, it is the second one. In terms of time. Other than that, I can't tell if this is AM or PM. Get some digital clocks, goddammit. It is 26. Like in 2066, nobody has analog clocks anymore. Yeah, no, that just makes too much sense, right? The code of the moon lies misplaced thoughts of the father. Victim and perpetrator of a sick game. And the sick game is, well, we are just letting the old and the dissident and or like the political prisoners work in our labor camp here. Or we are just throwing them out to die. So that was the father Maximilian. He gave us the unexpected gifts. That's the news, that's the first one. Which then would come in second from this. And that would only leave the last one. Maybe it doesn't reset, or maybe I can't go from just one to the other. Am I really that fucking stupid? I mean, it can't be that difficult. Also, why do we still not have any information on him? So what? That's the first one we got, and then that is stupid. It wouldn't be. So that would be the second one, then the first one, then the third one. which is an order that makes no sense, but... Three drawings, 6 years, they represent a sun, a moon, and a hand. The current representation and reconstruction made by Model Foley. Please use the appropriate option to enlarge the image. What was the appropriate option? Yeah, I can't use anything. Dry water. Mm-hmm. Broken Eyes on Gin. Yeah, I need another drink for this. Okay. Code of the Sun. It's in the hands of the shameless lover. I mean, I thought maybe Shameless Lover would also be Hera, but like I said, that makes no sense because she was the hand symbol. Do I need to write this down? Like, okay, sun is 1, moon is 2, hand is 3. Then on this one, it comes down with the sun was the last one, which is then 3, 2, 1. And then this one is 2, 1, 3. But I've tried all of that already, right? The times were only there to get me the pictures to show them. Right, so... It auto-saves every time. So it must take a new command every time, right? Just when you get it in the right order. Then 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, do you have any idea what this is? Because I'm running out of ideas. I feel like it's not complicated, but I 100% don't know what to do. Use the 3 codes in the dark room. Closing curtain is about to fall. Like, it feels more like a bug. We clicked all of the items that it wants us to click. We clicked the shield, we clicked the noose, and we clicked the flower. While the artist gazes into nothingness. Hey, something happened. I think so too. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's the code. That's just okay. That's okay. Fine. News. Pay respect to the smile of the goddess. Look at the lips, and then thick as the webs. Okay. All of this stuff is present. Okay. Again, when you have to take a puzzle literal, like so literal that it is just written out there, I will think around it. So don't make obvious puzzles, because I will think like 3 corners around that. Did we just find out the correct sequence? I thought like there was something very intricate with now, you know, this, like, just to explain what I thought would happen is that now we had this letter and we had the code with the, you know, we solved the clocks from left to right, so it was sun, moon, hand. And then here we had, okay, which person represents which code? So that is why I was confused about. Hey, we already solved the times, showing us that. So like probably it's not after which person came first, but the code of the sun. So that was the wife, and the wife gave us this clue, and then the code of the moon, which like again then okay, yeah, it's the sun. Like this would be scrambled around. So I was confused about that. But I thought, okay, maybe that's the puzzle, that I have to put this together and then solve after which way around this is showing up here now. No, I just literally have to what is standing in there and what is written down. So, shame reflects on the sword, brandish the hero with the prominent helm, middle sister. Did you hear it? Yes, I think we are on the right path. I think so too. But was that really okay? So each one is an individual code, where it is literally just straight up written out what I have to do. I did not put it together. I thought, you know, the codes were something interconnected, where all of the people are working together. And that is something we are trying, but no, it's just written out. Just get the codes and solve the puzzle. The secret door. The same door that bastard threw you in 6 years ago. I bet it leads to the rehearsal room. There's only one way to find out. No, you're in no condition to come, Hera. Stay here and close the door behind me. Are you crazy? Are you trying to get yourself killed by Pandora now that we've got him? Don't worry, I'm not planning on dying anytime soon. Nor do I don't have a gun. Also, you would just break down crying anyways, so really. Nor do I want the police to step in before I find the truth. Or the fame. You were literally like, I want the fame for myself, which was okay. You're right. This was way too easy. So if it's a trap, at least one of us will be able to raise the alarm. Maybe you're right. Let's keep in touch, and please be careful, Mordred. Because we'll always keep in touch when there's a time to go. Pandora's waiting for me. Wow, this is not even updating. Organization, several exhibition, no explosive and creative personality. Despite some obsessive-compulsive behaviors toward his art, he is generally composed and measured, and is considered an eccentric and brilliant man. Okay. Here I am, wandering in the dark, trying to find a way. Damn, the temperature's rising. I need to take off my coat. AquaOS has no signal here. Damn it. Thank God Hera stayed behind. She does not have to go through this. Hera, please, if anything happens to me. Wait. Oh, here, a light switch. I see something. There's a light over there. Is that? Yeah. See, if I had that music running with the paintings, I would have probably just looked up the solution. The room we were looking for. The atmosphere here is terrifying. What is this creepy place? Here's where a titan has fallen and a new one has arisen. Welcome, Mr. Foley. I was waiting for you. You finally decided to crawl out from your hole, you filthy sewer rat. Actually, no, we are in the secret room. It's like... Also, why is there windows here? There's no way to address the person who is about to make you powerful and famous. What? Why do you think I've been careless enough to get caught on camera, leave that letter and all those clues? We were right, he did it to be caught. So he wants to be seen as Pandora. Answer my question, are you the real Pandora? Of course I am. I'm the ghost who has been tormenting you for the past 6 years. By the way, where's that pretty colleague of yours? Shut up, I'm asking the questions here. Why did that mask appear? Why now? I mean, can't you figure it out? You literally just asked him, are you the real Pandora? What's wrong? Has anything appeared on my face? What? How? Are you surprised? You're not the only one who's been doing some research on his own archenemy. I'm Pandora after all, right? Your worst nemesis, the nightmare that keeps you awake at night. Enough with the mind games. You're just messing with me. You think so? Then try to ask me if I killed Andrew Genesi. If you think I'm going to fall for your stupid tricks, you're dead wrong. Put your hands where I can see them and follow me. Would you really let it end like this? Without even knowing how things really went? Come on, Mr. Foley, I know you can do better than that. May I call you Mordred? After all, me and you are pretty much friends by now. Yeah, no, I don't care. Did you kill Andrew Genesi? Of course I did, and 6 years ago, I killed Oath Jr. too. No, it's not possible. The look on your face is worth 1,000 words. You are the living example of how art lives off shattered hopes. I'm sure that a smart fella like you might have sensed something wrong with Andrew's death. What's your point? Ask the right questions and I'll tell you the truth. If I told you lies, you would notice my mask, right? Come on, don't be shy. Take the chance and join my little game. You won't regret it. Start from the beginning and try to pull the pieces of the puzzle together. I hate to admit it, but this creep is right. I need to know the truth. Andrew got himself hired at the cesspool of an island and immediately fell under both your influence and that of your damn accomplice Daryl Hope. His death was meant to emulate Terry O's murder, but things didn't work out as planned. True. And I know where what you're going to ask me next. So here's your answer. No one ever saw either me or Andrew go into the rehearsal room because we used the secret passage you have just walked through. Which the secret passage is... I don't know where the dark room is, but it is not there, right? Here, the dark room is here, and I'm guessing that the rehearsal room was somewhere else as well, right? Or was it really on one of those places? That would be something to look up in the VODs. Where that actually connected to. But... Yeah, so it would have been either on some of those or somewhere here. But I'm thinking that the rehearsal room is not on one of those. It's obviously connected to that room, and it was used to kill Terry and kidnap your little friend as well. You filthy pig. However, this time the victim was perfectly conscious when he arrived to the room. And that means... he went there willingly. So he went there willingly, walking through the passage with you. It is not a difficult deduction, considering the influence I had on that beautiful little sprout. Still, your perspective is too narrow and one-sided. Try thinking back to the rehearsal room and what you found there. Those jars full of wax. That's it. I guess they raised some questions about one particular detail on the victim's body. A link between those jars and some detail on the victim which is different from 6 years ago. I mean, quite frankly, this covered in wax and are severely burned. I thought you were smarter than that, but I guess wrong. My finger on the trigger is getting itchy. Fine. The wax on Andrew's face was not poured evenly, so that means he tried to defend himself. Oh really? And that makes you believe that? And what makes you believe that? I can prove that the victim fought back while wax was being poured on him. No, we already knew it was not drugs. We already literally detected that, but... Fine, here. Both his thumbs had severe burns. He must have attempted to cover his face and grab the attacker's hand. I mean, it's wax. Severe burns from wax. I mean, sure you have burns, but how severe are they with wax? I'm not quite sure. Wouldn't it just cover it? And like, yes, burn you, but I would have thought that he actually tried to grab like the lights, the spotlights over the window that he was thrown out of because he was just flailing around because he was blinded. And then there was also the thought that I had right now that he did it to himself, which was why, I mean, his eyes were covered with wax, so he used his own hands and fingers to pour it onto himself. That is what I thought we had discussed, but okay. Yeah, basically. I mean, we are always on drugs. Both his thumbs had severe burns. He must have attempted to cover his face or grab the attacker's hands. Besides, we found his fingerprints by the window, suggesting that he tried to resist being pushed out. I'm truly disappointed, Foley. Try to see things from another angle. You'll understand why only his thumbs were burnt. Think about the shape of those jars. Imagine pouring the wax on someone's face. Are you finally starting to see things differently now? Are you literally shitting me? If now he reveals that he used his own hands to pour the wax on himself and literally not accepting me showing the hands as evidence for that actually happened, I'm gonna... But then... he did this to himself. That's why only his thumbs were burned. While pouring the wax, some spilled on his thumbs. He was in pain and leaned against the window, leaving those 2 fingerprints. Congratulations, detective, and now another piece of the evidence has gained meaning, correct? Fucking... And you thought that I'm just talking nonsense when I'm saying, oh yeah, those deductions make no fucking sense. And I literally got proof. I literally got proof of it now. Yeah, I'm just gonna empty another bottle. Okay. Another piece of evidence has gained meaning, correct? Indeed. The evidence is related to what happened next, and now it makes a lot of sense. I guess maybe because he hadn't figured that out yet, he did not accept it as but like, I mean, they told me that it was not evidence, which like makes no sense. No, even my defense for them does not work. The evidence is related to what happened next, and now it makes a lot of sense. Blinded in pain and in a panic. Why was he in a panic then? He completed the work by jumping off the window. He ran and threw his shoulder against the window to break it down, getting wounded by the shards of glass. Since he was blind though, he jumped out the wrong window. Yeah. 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 And fell to the ground instead of landing on the pond as he was supposed to. Now it makes sense. Like, you blind yourself and then you want to jump out the window, like, and we find the utensils on the window, meaning that he prepared himself, rubbing the wax in his eyes, or like pouring the wax in his eyes, at the wrong window. And then after, he would have walked blinded to the right window to throw himself out of. Why wouldn't you just do it on the right window right away? God, I needed that wax in that is just red wax in those eyes. It makes sense. Andrew killed himself to emulate Terry's death, but he committed a little mistake. That's right, I have nothing to do with it. He killed himself to imitate his biggest idol. And now, it's easier to understand why he was in a rush and killed himself ahead of time. A panic attack. He was afraid of getting caught and fail. Exactly, not everyone can handle the pressure, especially young boys like him. You mean young boys? Yeah, young boys like him. Here, that is the one that's talking to me now. She is 38. Now he is 38. And young boys like him. And this guy is 43. This political dissident or political rebel, he is 43. He is 38. And this guy is so young. So he is younger than her and younger than this dude. Yeah, very, very young. Definitely. A young guy like him would have definitely panicked. Why though? If he wanted to please his mentor, wouldn't killing Maximilian be enough? Do you know who Herostratus is? No, what does it have to do with the murder? Herostratus burned down the Temple of Artemis, one of the ancient world's 7 wonders, with the only purpose of becoming famous. The Greek society sentenced him to death and imposed on him One of the first examples of damnatio memoriae in history. His name was erased from books, documents, and biographies so that he would never be remembered. Despite their attempt to erase his terrible deeds, his name has survived to this day. Andrew tried to seek immortality by emulating the only man who could be considered a modern Herostratus. Pandora. So he was acting on his own initiative, but why would he help and worship you? I don't understand how this is connected to him. So he just wanted to be famous, like the last victim of Pandora? Or one of the victims of Pandora? Okay. Fine, I guess. So he was acting on his own initiative, but why would he help and worship you? Quite funny how you keep referring to me while the person he was looking up to is someone else. Are you telling me that the mask already warned you? I'm not Pandora. I can't believe it. Pandora's true identity is... Daryl Hope. That boy killed himself to save the real Pandora, who was no longer able to move and fight back. They were about to be thrown off the island and forced to live on the street. By recreating the same murder that Daryl committed 6 years ago, he has drawn the attention of people and media on to the island. So it was not Daryl who made that move. But he then killed Daryl. To make Maximilian live through that nightmare again and get him to crack under pressure, just like it happened after the death of his son. A true masterpiece. Now I see why Pandora suddenly dropped off the radar. He was sent to the island with his wife, and then he decided to kill the son of Oath because, in his eyes, he fully embodied the myth of Icarus. And because he wanted to avenge those two victims of the collapse in the theater, exposing and humiliating Maximilian. So Daryl Hope had just nothing really to do with those two. It was just, yeah, that's injustice, I guess. So he was just happy that he could live in that facility? Okay. So Pandora, the real Pandora, is dead. No, it's not possible. I refuse to believe that bastard died before I could get my hands on him. That old fool ruined everything. Now I won't be able to clear either my name or Hera's. My dream of fame and glory, all gone for... I like that he just... my dream of fame and glory, that is what he cares about. And all because of that old cripple. Still, you're his accomplice, and your babbling makes me want to pull the fucking trigger. Not to mention that Lee seems to have no idea who the Pandora related to the Treasury Park case is, which means that he acted independently. So there is another Pandora. We have figured that out. And we also acknowledged that the second case just had nothing to do with Pandora. Just... And also, those Elphevistus and the suicide on the island, they were just copycats. Yeah. Okay. So far, we have done nothing but chase ghosts, while the real Pandora was locked up on the island in critical conditions. Just thinking of how he died in front of me, without even knowing who he really was, drives me crazy. The worst criminal Nova Polemus has ever seen is now dead, and all you can think about is your own personal gain. You truly are an incredible man, murdered Foley. I feel like that is not what you call incredible. Let's get the mask fast over with, and let me tell you the rest of the story. When his condition worsened, Daryl wanted me as his successor, since I was the only artist he respected in all of Nova Polemos. So he revealed to me his true identity, his methods, his ideology, and then he showed me this very room, telling me that one day I would continue his work. That freak wanted you to do the murders for him. Precisely. But I have a different idea. I do not simply want to emulate him. I want to surpass him. What? 6 years ago, Daryl made those drawings with wax in the rehearsal room just to mislead the investigation. They were actually meaningless. The same applies to those 3 codes. Just a depiction of a bunch of empty words coming from a broken man. And yet, did his wife then know about this? And yet, they have been your key to this room. Can you see why? You wanted me to find you. Correct. And the reason is simple. I want you to arrest me and claim that I am the real Pandora. The shadow shines. The man who pulled the strings, the mind behind everything, finally reveals himself and is going to propose a twisted deal to his chaser. The winds of change are flying today, and they are going to uncover the truth that was hidden inside a box of faith behind the dangling mask. Okay, I mean, at least he has a nice motivation now. Being obsessed with both, or not obsessed with Daryl, but finding it so interesting and wanting to surpass him as an art project. And he wants to use me as being a corrupt cop to just claim, oh, I was it. Or that Lee was it. I want you to arrest me and claim that I'm the real Pandora. What? You must be kidding. I already told you, my goal is to surpass Daryl. I will turn myself in and take all the credit, condemning him to oblivion and covering myself in glory. I'm going to create the first true masterpiece of Nova Polemos, and no one will ever know the truth. Now you see the full picture. Do you understand why I really wanted you here? You knew that I would be unscrupulous enough to arrest you, even if you are not the real Pandora. This is simply ridiculous. Do you really believe I'm going to make a deal with a psychotic criminal like you? I mean, the only one that he killed is Daryl, right? Can't you see? I'm giving you the chance to fulfill your greatest wish. No one is ever going to find out, and you will live the rest of your life as a hero. Do I really even have to think about the question? Am I going to do this? Yes. I mean, that is all he ever wanted and all that he ever worked for. So now he can do it right and tell them how it really was. I mean, that would bring the same kind of glory, right? He would still... So how do we prove that Daryl was it? He is the only one that knows. But so, I mean, nothing has been found. Like no evidence has been found that Lee was involved with the murder of Andrew, right? Lee can say that, I think, which has just never been mentioned, or has been mentioned, but we have never actually seen it. We have just taken it out of context. That Lee was literally seen murdering Daryl out in the hall. Which, I mean, that is information that the police would have, right? So why would we be allowed in the darkroom either? That makes no sense to me, but okay. Let's just assume that Lee was seen murdering Daryl. That is why he brought him there. That is why he let himself be filmed. Okay, so there's evidence of him murdering Daryl. Why? Like, if he is the psychotic killer, there's just no evidence whatsoever. Well, for one, the copycat case at Hephaestus Tech, the police would still take it that this is like we have not seen anything of Eugene being actually in custody, really. He probably didn't really admit to anything. So for the police, it could still be Pandora in the Hephaestus murder, at least one of the murders. And the Baker case, yeah, could also just, I mean, there's nothing that actually links Lee to the Pandora murders, to the other Pandora murders. Lee was not even at the island at the time of the first murders, right? He has been because Daryl was in charge of the dark room when the other two have been murdered first, or when the victims from the construction areas were there. And Lee did not come into the picture until after the dark room had been finished. So how would Lee have been on the island when they literally said that there is no way in or out of the island? I guess he just never left the island then in so many years. No, even then, like, he must have arrived at some point, which would have been registered. And the darkroom does not connect to the outside. It is just within the island. So, like, investigation-wise for the police, it just wouldn't... I have to trust it again that they are saying, like, oh no, we are so crazed by, we have to find the killer, and we want to take every evidence, and, you know, Lee is telling me, or we have got Lee on the camera footage that they killed Daryl, and they are saying they are Pandora, and that's enough for us. Because there's no other evidence of anything. I'm giving you the chance to fulfill your greatest wish. No one is ever going to find out, and you will live the rest of your life as a hero. I know every single detail of each murder ever committed by Pandora. No one will ever accuse me of lying. I mean, maybe if they can prove that they were there on the other, because he has the knowledge. Sure. That would make it at least more believable. naming stuff from those that has not been disclosed to the public. Sure. If I accept it, I would make the same mistake again and Hera would never forgive me. Oh, she doesn't need to know. This will be our little secret. No, it's not just that. I would also condemn many of the island's residents, including Pandora's wife, to a life of hardship and suffering. The media wouldn't bother with the island and the situation of its guests. They would be too busy talking about you instead. You, Pandora, literally being the master of the dark room and of the art installations of the island. You're wrong, my friend. They would be too busy talking about us. Besides, if you don't accept my offer, the police will be after you for what you have done here and for taking advantage of your friend. You might even be put on trial again, both of you. Help me finish my masterpiece and you'll live the rest of your life like a hero. You and your beloved Hera will have a bright future together. Refuse my offer and your life will be living hell. Make your choice, my friend. Oh, they have a different music for this one. Make a deal with the devil and sell your soul. Shout the truth and doom your future. I mean, quite frankly, yeah, as a choice, as an artistic choice, I do appreciate it. Like, the truth is getting you doomed, and the deal with the devil is getting you famous, but you're paying with your conscience. With your conscience being so heavy, weighing so heavy on you in the future. But quite frankly, again, Mordred has shown no regrets. Absolutely whatsoever. He is just not learned anything from this. So he is, if I play this like I think he would make his decisions, I would 100% say it makes no sense that that this is being played up as, oh no, I'll sell my soul to the devil. Like, no, this is a good offer, I'm taking it. This is exactly what I wanted and now I can have it. And Mordred is exactly as he showed before. Oh, the fame and whatnot. Yeah, I would take that. Hell, what even is that choice? There's throw that other shit out. What the fuck do I care about truth? Fame and glory. Again, I like the theme. I like the. I mean, here Statius is like not a good example, but like Achilles, for example, the immortality that your name not being forgotten brings you. That is the most important thing to someone who likes, Greek mythology like that. Apparently, again. Apparently the mythology stuff, that's just bullshit. Like the paintings, just whatever. That was just ramblings of nonsense. Again, the other Pandora stuff in the park, that wasn't Pandora. So that was just a copycat. So that was also Greek mythology bullshit. No one cares about Daphne and shit. The second one, copycat, Prometheus, fire, yeah. And this one, where actual Pandora is involved, not just does Pandora actually not stand for anything, those are all guys, they are all dudes. Even the paintings with the mythology, being depicted, means jack shit to him. Like, I mean, it is throwing me for a loop, but at the same time, is it a good loop? And otherwise, this being played up, I like thematically the choices that I have, but in context, they are like, is this even an option? Shout the truth and doom your future. I'm playing Mordred Foley, right? You are just playing on my conscience that, oh no, this would be telling not the truth is bad. But I have seen how Mordred is in any of those moments where, you know, a judgment call would have to be made. And it's just me who would decide. In every other case where we see Mordred interacting with anyone, he is like even to himself, he is like, yeah, no, this is my choice. Why would I even bother with the other one? So, is it really able to weigh on my conscience when I take an option that is just, oh yeah, this is just supposed to make me feel bad, but Mordred is completely unaffected by that. So since I said I'm gonna play what I think Mordred Foley would say, fuck the truth. Alright, we'll do it your way. I knew you would not disappoint me. We are going to create an unprecedented masterpiece together. Like I said, the plot itself, that this one is now trying to surpass his master, or the mastermind itself. And also that, I mean, it is, again, the feeling that I'm getting from Daryl just being an old geezer who just murdered because he liked to murder. I mean, that Daryl dude, he had no reason to do it. It was just like, yeah, whatever. What is it? Thanks to a study about shaping society through contemporary art. Yeah, shaping society, I guess. But yeah, like him being just an old geezer now and getting murdered like that by his pupil, okay, that makes it a bit special. But otherwise, he's just a completely unremarkable. Yeah, he's just a killer, whatever. Again, that mythology stuff, whatever. Like even to him. And shaping society, I mean, he shaped nothing other than maybe people being afraid of Pandora. I mean, not even Baker's death was linked to Pandora. Which Pandora's murders have apparently never been linked to, you know, like that is the height of it, right? Everyone believed, oh, this is a Pandora's case involved with Baker. And then on the day of his inauguration, Baker gets shot. Even then, nobody thought, oh, this was Pandora. Or at least nobody really took action from that. It was just, yeah, we are blaming immigrants, or at least that is how they are trying to structure themselves from the black bands. So none of the murders beforehand would have contemporary art shaping society against the immigrants, so like there was no point to him murdering. He didn't shape anything. He made up a monster that people were afraid of. Great. Yeah. But he didn't shape anything. So, yeah, I mean, it's a curveball. And I mean, I do like curveballs in that regard. Yeah, he's just a pathetic killer. There's nothing special about Pandora. Just a dude that liked to kill people. Okay, psychotic killer, great. Then now we are having the other one that is actually basically not a killer, like he killed a killer, okay? Still, but and he now has his own reason for trying to suppress the master, making a name of himself. Yeah, no, that is fine by itself. But again, how this relates to me and how this should make me feel, that's just completely lost on me, because none of this really touches me in any way. None of this makes any difference. I knew you would not disappoint me. We are going to create an unprecedented masterpiece together. But if you get any of us into trouble, for whatever reason, I'm going to make you regret it. Oh, I do not have the slightest intention of betraying those who helped me achieve my eternal glory. Alright then, let's do this. I mean, how would you do it if you had a way of doing that? By the way, theoretically, I have an Aqua OS on, which literally would... Right? Like, I could just save that interaction, right? Well done, Mr. Foley. You have just caught the most dangerous criminal in the history of Nova Polemos. How does it feel to be the city's hero? It sucks. I brought a madman's dream to life. By the way, this sense of bitter... why are you... Caresses a palate, makes his weight under my stomach and makes my hand shake. It's my whole life writing. I'm disgusted, but I don't care in the end. Pandora is gone for good and all our problems too. Who was the true mind behind the trail of death does not matter anymore. The glare of media lights hides the look in my eyes while I tell the world those beautiful lies it wants to be told. The same reporters that ruined my life are now hanging off my every word, looking forward to tell the population they are safe now. Peace has returned to the city thanks to people driven by their own ego, ambition, and sheer cynicism. Hera stands beside me, proud and smiling. She has no idea what really happened, and she will never know. She would not understand that everything I did was just for her sake. Now she can live a happy life knowing the nightmare is over forever. Screw the rules, honor and justice. We won and this is all that matters. When we finally get home, I want to hold tight the only valuable thing in my miserable life. The feeling of peace and tranquility is something that I never thought I'd feel again. Finally. See, he does feel peace. Finally we... Mordred. Oh no. Something wrong? It's over. Now we can... Aqua has got the signal back when you entered that room. I heard everything. Hera, Don't say a word. You have already talked too much. And you are right. It is over. See, she forgives me. No, she doesn't, but... in every way. Good. I have to live with my horrible choices. The only thing we're fighting for. Telling him all the details of the latest cases. You didn't listen to Hera, showing no mercy to the island's inhabitants. Wait, I didn't listen to Hera? When was that? You revealed the secret... No, actually, maybe. Maybe we had a choice there. You revealed the secrets of the androids, coming clean about the Hephaestus case. You cut a deal with Lee, claiming to have finally caught Pandora. I mean, again, yeah. I thought of Aqua OS and which would have absolutely, totally not have been evidence in front of the court. No, no, no. Absolutely not. Only Hera could have heard that. 100% that is the case. That is totally how this world works, and that is totally what you have made up as totally consistent rules of it. 100%. And claim to find a code. So what is with David now? I mean, yes. Continue, yes. So there should be more, right? This is a one game. There's a fine line between being a monster and a saint, and it gets even finer when you add media into the equation. See, now this doesn't fade out. Why did the text beforehand fade out? Every text I have to click to go to the next one. And that case, like that text beforehand, that faded out. Arresting Pandora brought us to the glorious Olympus, turning us into gods worshipped by the crowds. By the way, Hera is not innocent either. Hera knew it and stood there in the limelight now, which obviously went on for a while. And she was like, yeah, I'm saved. I'm now a popular face around the city, so they are not going to do anything to me. Which also would really bug, right? It would really bug the black bands that the Greek immigrant girl is, you know, with the questionable past, did now save the city and is now, you know, off limits for them. Showing that not every immigrant is a bad dude. So, like, Hera is in it with us, for all that I'm concerned. Arresting Pandora brought us to glorious Olympus, turning us into gods worshipped by the crowds. And those who used to spit on us, calling me a traitor, now they suddenly grovel at our feet, eager to share our success. Taking down the only person who used to terrorize the people of this filthy city made us heroes and put us in the spotlight. The only one who knows the obscene truth of the fakest arrest of the century is Hera, the only woman who ever had the courage to love this squalor of my soul. Squalor? Oh, Elend. Squalor of my soul. People forget every cruelty, injustice, or torture they are subject to, because they are addicted to their daily dose of hatred. But she doesn't, not Hera. She is the only moth that has never been drawn to the flame. Because a stronger and brighter fire burns inside her, which is called shame. Oh, 4C. Those whom the gods wish to destroy are first driven insane. What is that referring to, Heracles? Waiting room 9, Nova Polymas Police HQ. In November. Oh, she's still around. Hera, is everything alright? Oh yes, I'm fine, don't worry. We are about to hold the most important conference of our lives. You could at least try to smile a bit, don't you think? We are among the most influential and famous people in Nova Polymas now. There's no reason to be afraid. Just relax and enjoy the glory. We earned it. Earned it? I cannot believe you have the sack to say that. Mordred, I have only stayed with you the last few months because I didn't want to arouse suspicion concerning what happened on the island. If I left you all of a sudden, they would have known that something is wrong and your precious house of cards would collapse. Now, you could have asked Mordred to just say, oh no, we are opening up another, like, she is just going her own way after that case because she is done with the work and it has traumatized her and she is just happy that it's now over. Or you could have now used your influence to, you know, be let go. Or like, oh, I want that other case with Dean and Talia. I want to research that, but Mordred Foley has to stay for the investigation. Like, you could have sent her literally outside the city, probably would have gotten permission for it. Or you could have just said, oh, I'm opening my own investigation now. Now, like, you know. I have told you several times that our relationship is just a stupid facade now. I haven't changed my mind about what I said after Lee's arrest, and I have not forgiven you either. Pretending that nothing ever happened will only make things worse between us, you know? Even speaking to you is hard for me right now. Hera, Hush, say no more. This is no topic for a place such as this. Wow. She pisses me off. She goddamn pisses me off. Like, I'm supposed to see her as a good girl. But I'm not seeing that within her actions. What shame is there if she's supporting his house of cards? Which topic? Never mind. How come you guys fight even in good times? If I didn't know you, I would say that you too are on the outs. Huh. Did I hit a nerve? Well, who cares? We should just think about enjoying our triumph. We are the heroes who saved this city, aren't we? Yeah, heroes. What's wrong? Are you afraid of the Black Bands? Why would she be? Taking action against us, the symbols of justice, would be masochistic. And they have more important things to deal with at the moment. They are certainly not wasting time though. The number of raids has increased and arrests happen every day. Although most of them are immigrants, unemployed people and dissidents. I guess it's just a matter of time before they prepare a mass deportation. I mean, they are literally interning people and probably killing them, so a deportation would be fine, right? So in the end, we are really going back to those days, and it's all our fault. It's our people who choose the party, you just played a small part. Anyway, you are safe and that's all that matters. Kill or be killed, as they say, isn't it? Moving on. I've been asked to tell you that you have no news about Talia yet. She probably managed to flee abroad. But we got no clue how she did it. I guess Freya told you, did she? Indeed. Given your recent achievements, I think she has forgiven you. One must be crazy to hold a grudge against the person who got rid of the monster who was threatening to destroy our city. But we still killed 2 innocent people. Like, so far, you know, think it through. So far, we could at least have the benefit of the doubt that, yeah, somebody else could have been Pandora. There could be, a copycat killer of Pandora. And that we did kill the original Pandora. And they worked with a collaborator so that we got the right Pandora. And we got another person that was not the collaborator. So one of those two were wrong, but one of them was also the actual Pandora. And now just the copycat killer continued. Or another copycat killer emerged, right? So far we could still say, yeah, we faked evidence, but we did so thinking that we are actually getting Pandora. That the murders stop. And quite frankly, the murders did stop until just recently. So for 6 years, like I said, because Daryl was not there anymore. So we know for 6 years there have been no Pandora murders. So even though, yeah, we faked evidence and that came out, still, it seemed like we did stop the Pandora murder. So even if we faked evidence, the public would have still thought, yeah, we still got them, right? One of them at least has been Pandora, that's why the murder stopped. But now that we have gotten the real Pandora, and everyone believes that, well, we killed 2 innocent people. And by faking evidence. So, first of all, there is still a trust issue, if this is right now, but yeah, Lee is saying so, and, doing everything he can to be believed. Yeah? One must be crazy to hold a grudge against the person who got rid of the monster who was threatening to destroy our city. But now they have certainty we killed innocent people. I agree. It seems almost impossible that we did, doesn't it? Not another word. Oh, are we demanding things now? God, you guys are terrible. Please try to relax, or you will ruin the show the police organized to build our reputation back up. Which, I mean, he's in this. Have something warm to drink, and then let's draw up a speech. I leave that to you. I'm out of here. What? Tell them I felt sick and had to return home. I'm sure that won't be much of a problem. Why though? You fought so hard to get this far. Never mind, you wouldn't understand. See you later. Wait. You must have messed up real bad this time. I've never seen her so mad. Leave her alone. She'll get over it. The nightmare's over. You don't have to worry about anymore. I like that he just doesn't question it. Just no thought at all. Just the usual fighting. That is totally different from usual, but, I mean, a life of wealth and fame awaits us. You're right. I'm sure she will change her mind as soon as she sees the result of our efforts. And I'm not going to let some stupid hard feelings ruin the most important day of my life. But I mean, it's almost like as if Hera wants to just cling to the city. Now that Mordred is a baddie for her now, wouldn't she just be like, I'm out, fuck this, and try to get out of the city? Like, what holds her here now? Excellent, that's the spirit. Shall we begin? 30 minutes later. Oh, Hera got kidnapped, and now I have to acknowledge that this was not how it actually went down. And I have to denounce myself and, Starting now, the press conference aimed at providing detailed information on the arrest of Pandora, the notorious serial killer. Here are 2 of the 3 heroes that helped Nova Polemos to rest easy once again. Meet Mordred Foley and Leon Bassett. Miss Hera Kyrus was not feeling well and had to go home, so she will not be here with us unfortunately. To all the reporters in the room, please only ask legitimate questions and speak only if you have the proper authorization from the censorship department. Very well, we can proceed. Mr. Foley, it is well known that you and your colleague Hera Karras were the only active detectives in the Pandora case, with dreadful consequences and various scandals. We're the only active detectives. The most famous killer ever. You were the only detectives active. How does it feel to have your name cleared and have arrested them? What do you mean, have my name cleared? I don't. I killed 2 innocent people and you know that now. The man that you have been chasing for over 6 years. Wait, over 6 years? I don't have any evidence. When was the first murder? Also, this is the same map. I have never been happier. God, Mordred, what's with you? I've never seen that look on your face. You look like a depressed clown. If I had seen you from the outside, I would have thought you wanted to kill someone. Keep your comments to yourself, Leon. I just want to remind you that if you fall, I fall. And believe me, I won't let it happen. Even if I have to stuff you with antidepressants to get you over the breakup with Hera. Give her a call and make up with her before it's too late. You're on the edge of the abyss, and I'm definitely not only one to think that. Don't you dare bring that up with me. I've gotten this far because I'm able to handle stress and tension. Don't forget it. Literally fainting. I know this is hard for you to accept, but you totally gave the opposite impression. Make peace with your demons once and for all, Foley, or fame will crush you. I just need to settle some unresolved business, that's all. What do you mean? Don't worry, just trust me. Fuck it, just make sure you don't screw up all the work we have done. Who's that from? Some random fan who's seeking some intimacy with you? No, it's my guardian angel. Who? I need to go now. Let's keep in touch. Let me know if you see Hera. Yeah, same map, so I can't read anything of that. Anime Obscure. Nova Palamas has the lowest rate of suicide and mental breakdown in the world. Coming back to the place where it all started makes me sort of nostalgic. Wait, the place where it all started? Spare the nostalgia for positive things. Although you haven't experienced many of them, I guess. Here comes my guardian angel along with her pedantic sense of humor. Will you stop with this guardian angel thing already? What else should I call the woman who has been passing me confidential information all these months? Yeah, I'm starting to regret it. Huh? Why? Listen, I haven't called you here to congratulate you, but to talk about more serious matters. Don't drag this out, then spit it out. I spoke to Hera, she told me everything, and now I want some answers. No, it can't be. What do you mean? What happened on the island has nothing to do with... The island? What's that got to do with Hera? She told me what you two fought about, and I just wanted to scold you. But now I have the feeling that this is not about a simple lover's quarrel. Wait, what did she... Oh no, I have a mask on. What's wrong with me? Why can't I keep a cool head now? Am I so scared to lose everything? Or is it because of Hera? Chill, Mordred, it's going to be fine. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing. What's wrong with you, Foley? Have you seen a ghost? Funny how I asked you this twice since we came here. Are you feeling the burden of your past, maybe? Don't forget, you are every good citizen's hero now. So, the three siblings, David, Freya, and Hera. That's the three siblings, and they have been making up Pandora. Hera is the one with the Greek literature stuff. The other one is working with the police, and then David in the law part of it, so that he can cover up the cases. So, or basically they can cover up the cases from both sides, and Hera is just making them do it. Ooh, that's dirty. Oh, that's definitely doing the... No, it's like... Don't forget, you are every good citizen's hero now. You mentioned Hera, and I don't know. It was just a slip of the tongue, that's all. It's too much for me to handle right now. Try to understand. I believe you, but there's something I can't get out of my mind. A couple that endured terrible psychological tortures breaks down right after solving the most important case of their life. I mean, it what glued us together. What did she actually tell her? She told her a lie as well, right? It's just a lover's quarrel, even though they have not been lovers, but I mean, nobody knew that, right? Quite odd, wouldn't you question it too? That poor girl burst into tears in my arms as soon as she saw me. I've never seen her like that. She was a wreck and it broke my heart. A couple of minutes later, she was able to talk and said that you are not the same anymore, that you betrayed her even though she has always stood by your side. I tried to ask for more, but she didn't want to go into detail. She was afraid of being killed by the Black Bands, but what worried her most was how you had changed so much. Then she said, beforehand we condemned 2 innocent people to death. I mean, we did it with good intentions because we thought the Hera murders would stop, the Pandora murders would stop. I'm already calling it Hera murders. But now it was just like, yeah, I mean, we let the killer of Pandora take the fame. That's it. What exactly is bad about that? I don't have the negative implications of that in mind. What exactly am I? Then she said that she was not there to ask for protection, but simply because she wanted you back to your old self. Do you get it, Mordred? Despite all this mess, the first thing she asked me was to take care of you. So Hera didn't spill the beans, then maybe I still have a chance to come clean. Nothing? You don't even pretend to care about what I just said? God, what's wrong with you, Foley? I do appreciate your noble attempt to save my relationship with Hera, but she is the one who wanted this. I haven't changed a bit. In fact, I'm just trying to enjoy the success I've been seeking all those bloody years. I'm finally able to sleep and live without being afraid of some police officer or reporter who might try to ruin me. Quite honestly, I'm so enjoying being praised and worshipped by the very same people who used to dig up dirt on me. Hera still hasn't gotten rid of all the stress and tension accumulated in the last few years, but I'm sure she will be able to do that eventually. I think she is old enough to make her own decisions, and if she prefers to live alone, all the better. feeding her hatred against me will clear up some suspicions. I'm sorry, Hera. It's the only way. Yeah. My god, I knew you were cynical, but not this much. Are you going to give up on the only person that ever stood by your side just to enjoy your stupid fame? I told you, Freya. She decided to leave, and I'm respecting her choice. I find it hard to believe that you are really willing to leave her, especially since you two are still officially working together. Or you want me to believe that you suddenly realized you have a conscience and figured out that letting her go was for the better. I mean, so you're on my side? Hera isn't that innocent either. So how am I gonna explain that one? So you admit that there is something wrong with how you arrested Pandora. For fuck's sake, Freya, stop blaming me for such absurdities. It's the least I can do when you blame the most important person in your life, you damn bastard. Especially now that the only person really in danger is Hera herself. It's the least I can do when you blame the most important person in your life. So, like, I mean, I get that. Yeah, she doesn't want to believe that I'm such a bastard, and I have no experience. Like, she doesn't even ask the actual question. Why am I what am I talking about? How is she not innocent? Like, wouldn't that be the question to me or saying, as a defense, she's not innocent either? Apparently not. We are just leaping to the next most logical conclusion, which, I mean, I do appreciate. It's a logical conclusion, but wouldn't you ask the question right ahead? You think you can get away with that? You're not a fucking emo teen, Mordred. I'm serious now. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. I would like to remind you that you are no saint either. Should we talk about the glove again? Do you still believe the lawyer, even if I have been helping and supporting you all along? The only person who has been lacking trust is you, Freya. I hate to break it to you, but I saved your life. I'm well aware of that, and that's like I feel like now they have complicated the story so much that it makes no sense what the characters are saying anymore. We are just flailing to forget the rest, just be in the moment and in this conversation, because if you just contain it within this, then it makes sense. And it all comes crumbling down when you put it into context. I'm well aware of that, and that's exactly why I've never investigated you after the events of the island, my dear Mordred. You know, I have a feeling that you are saying all this because you're afraid somebody might think that Hera's motivations are not a result of your behavior, but also of your conscience. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Don't beat around the bush, Mordred. The arrest of Pandora was way too easy, and he spilled his guts without any resistance, which is just absurd. You don't think the crazy guy who wants to live in... Like, again, if she is figuring that out, wouldn't literally everybody else as well? How does this make sense? How is, like, I mean, that makes no sense. Wouldn't that be... If that was the case, wouldn't everyone else? The only reason nobody seemed too bothered by that is that each one of us looking forward to putting an end to the goddamn story. Yeah, but you, not you. I suspect that you two keep working together simply to prevent anyone from sticking their noses into the matter. You get off on seeing me suffer, don't you? Why do you want to destroy my dream so bad? Oh no, my friend, I have no intention of destroying you. The mistakes you made out of pride will do. What do you mean? You made enemies in every case you investigated, leaving indelible marks of your corruption. Sure, you're a successful man now, but this will bring the press attention back to you, and in no time you'll find yourself in the middle of a media storm. You still consider me your enemy, when in fact I just feel pity for the man you have become. Now crawl back to Hera. It's the only proper thing to do. And if you do that, I'll try to forget about my suspicions on the rest of Pandora. Aren't you just as corrupt? Goodbye, Foley. Enjoy the spotlight while you can. Because then you'll be on your own. Okay. Why? Why is the whole world working against me no matter what? Oh, stop it, you emo teen. No, there's no point in getting miserable. Calm down, Mordred. Freya is right. It was naive of me to think the reporters or the police wouldn't dig into the latest cases. Okay. Come on, Mordred, think. What have you left behind? What can your enemies use against you? The only way to solve this is going back on those places. I'll gather allies and clean up my mistakes so I can finally be happy. Forever. But I can't investigate this. Oh no, this is... No, is this different? No, it is not different. Okay. We'll do this tomorrow. I have a feeling that I'll need to think here. I feel like I'll need to gather my thoughts for what is going to come next, because this is going to be a real clusterfuck. That revelation with David is... Oh no. But again, the three evils. Freya, David, and Hera. Yep. They are making up the real... Yeah, no, that definitely is it. That is very weird, but that is totally it. Anyways. I guess tomorrow more Dry Drowning. I guess that is all I can do here. So yeah. Have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow with more Dry Drowning. I guess. I mean, at least the game is bringing it back when it is then, like, every time I'm voicing my absolute concerns about something, the game is then telling me, yes, I do acknowledge those concerns. But acknowledging the concerns and actually acting on them are still two different things, and I don't feel you're particularly acting on them. It's just things are happening, and then you acknowledge that, wait a minute, this would not happen like that, which is what I then already just beforehand. Like, you are setting up inconsistencies that are so easy to see that I'm figuring them out. I'm instantly telling you. And then the game is, with the next line of dialogue, acknowledging that, wait a minute, yeah, that's, yeah. Wait. I'm tracking back on this. There's more going on. Just don't worry. I have a reason why this is working like this. When it could be that you make up a story that actually makes reason, that makes sense right away, or where I then don't have to instantly point out the inconsistencies that really bother me, that you then have to backtrack again and setting up the next inconsistency with it. But we'll see that tomorrow. Yay, we got Pandora, or at least we got to know that the real Pandora died. And something worse is out there. And it's definitely our regretful, heavy conscience flooding in. Yeah, definitely. Anyways, we're definitely gonna drown somewhere.